Look. I can't do it. Mama laughs. Literally, it's that easy.
Kayla back there trying to move her cheeks back. Go show your daddy, Kayla. Watch Kira. Kira talking about, all you gotta do it. That's easy.
How are you doing that?
I knew he was going.
What is wrong? My gosh!
Come here. It's gonna be funny for you. Come here. Kayla, you told me you threw them away.
I did.
They sitting right there.
I threw mine away. I threw mine away.
Here.
That's Kayla's.
I know. No, this was mine. Put it in there.
I thought Kira was going to throw these away because she wasn't done eating them. That was the plate. That was the little plate. I was even talking about. I had a little plate.
Don't feel bad. Don't feel bad. Look. This your daddy plate.
Wait, one of them a real plate.
One of them a real plate, Mom.
It's an afternoon probably best suited for skating in Central Park, but we're across the river and we are in for a cold one at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Miami Dolphins and the New York Jets.
Set, 18 Gator. Go.
On 1st and 10, Lawrence. Over the middle, it's complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 19 yards right off the bat, and a quick first down. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down.
Tyler, 64, wait.
Now the first carry for Le'Veon Bell, and he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Now as we look down, it appears we've got a Jet shaking up on the play. While he gets attended to, we'll step aside. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Go. Let's go.
Mike 50.
2nd and 9 now. Got his man, Robbie Anderson. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 35.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets first down. Pretty solid start for the rookie here on this first drive, Charles.
Able to have some confidence, stepping back into the pocket, move around a little bit, find open receivers, and deliver. That just means his confidence is going to continue to grow because he's getting more and more comfortable with each completed pass.
Go. Hey, Echo.
Mike's 50. Mike's 50. Here it comes. Here it comes. Mike 50. Mike 50. Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Shoot.
On first down, Lawrence. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Chris Jones in there to get him. And on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack.
Hey, here I come. Here I come. Here I come.
Hey, Alpha.
Shift. Watch the shift.
Leo.
Check 50. Check, 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 check.
Look at me. Door.
Crunch.
Hey, Delta. Ready.
2nd and 15. It's brought in by Jamison Crowder. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped it to 1. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Ready. 90 Wolf. Gone.
I'm coming after you. Shift.
Now.
Check 37.
Be grip.
They'll try and run it in with Bell. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. It makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Watch the whip.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that is going to set up 3rd and goal.
Protein spill.
Hey, check. Mike 50. Check the backer.
Hit it.
Here's Bell.
Go.
And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. So a decision to be made. Is this something, opening drive maybe they discussed before the game?
They had to, and that's the responsible way of getting ready for a game. You go through situations with your staff, you go through scenarios, and you read your team. If we're in this spot and we're moving the ball well, is this a time to go for it, or is it a time to be a little bit cautious? I think in this case, he feels good about his team. He should go for it.
Short kick. It's taken to the 23. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Mike 53. Tighten up.
10.
Watch the edge.
Hey, 57.
Shit.
Mahomes going to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a jet touchdown. Short throw, pick 6 right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This will be taken short. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. And some room to maneuver. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. A big pickup of 38.
Sometimes those lines that are drawn on a grease board or in a playbook, they come to life out on the field, don't they? And we just saw down that outside handoff to the right.
That right tackle, he gets excited for that call, doesn't he?
He does, because he just wants to dominate his guy and say, listen, I was the point of attack. I took care of business. That's why you're able to get downfield and add all those yards to your total.
Yeah, really nice gain there. Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
When teams take shots at the end zone, you've got to defend it the same way you would defend the 1st down sticks. You defend the goal line exactly the same way. They can't cross that. You play through the receivers, and on that play, that's exactly what they did and batted it away.
And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. A great play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. You put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
In on the stop defensively, Raekwon McMillan.
2nd and 7 at the 28-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
You got nothing today.
You get it.
Here's a 2nd and 7. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. (10-7) our score after 1 right here on EA Sports. The Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down.
I got you. I got you.
Hey, high 7.
52, Mike.
Go.
Looking to throw. Lawrence into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Anthony Brown. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Give him 3 on the gain there. 2nd and goal.
Yeah, that wasn't a big run, just a short one there. But guess what? Sometimes you treat it like boxing. You throw that jab out there, and you throw it again, you throw it again, then you come with a big punch later. Maybe they're just trying to set them up.
Box trap. Box 57. 57's Mike. Watch the run. Watch the run.
On 2nd and goal. Mahomes escaping the... And a big loss here as he's taken down.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game, watching this offensive line, because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit, right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
Motion. Reset.
Here's Mahomes, 3rd and goal. Letting one go deep for the end zone. That is caught by Williams for a Miami touchdown. 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Dolphins have taken the lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead is now 14-10. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Wow.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Right, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah. Not
an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well. Jerome Baker right there in coverage. Problems on third down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on third down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the third down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on first and second down.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Now a pass that's taken in by Smith-Schuster. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 18 big yards on that one, and a Miami first. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Kyle Van Noy in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
They fake the give. Now Mahomes out to his left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Now a fair catch signaled for and made right about the 43-yard line. Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. On second down, it's Bell. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size and these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL.
Here comes the me, it's me. Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4.
On third down, Lawrence. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Anthony Brown. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line. Second interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on it. His teammates are going to check on it, because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces.
Trying to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked off at the 17. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, David.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right? A good start to the drive. That's caught out on the left side. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
Ready?
First and 10 at the 43.
55's my guy, 55. You.
From the gun, Lawrence. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It's way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Hey, Charlie.
Mike 55, Mike 55. Hey, they're scared. Mike 55, Mike 55, Mike 55. Exit.
Hey, check. Hey, seam 6. Get it.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Lawrence toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
Here we go, let's bring it. Let's go, let's bring it. Hey, Mike 52, Mike 52. Go.
To throw on 3rd down, Lawrence. And he comes back with one complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. The Jet passing game in rhythm. They've got another first. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Defense wins championships, baby. Watch out.
Look at me. Zipper.
52. Watch 52. 52's the mic. Check. Watch twist.
Hey, Sam on.
He's coming. Double up.
Operating from the gun, Lawrence eluding the pressure right. There goes a deep ball. And
Man,
he intercepted.
DB's just on
Picked
it.
off by Anthony Brown. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line, 2nd and a yard.
53's the mic. 53's the mic.
Now Mahomes dancing to his left. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
54. Bandit. Shoot.
Yellow.
Echo. Mike's 50.
Throwing on 1st down is Mahomes. He'll let this go for the end zone. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Watch the safety creep.
To throw, it's Mahomes. He's airing it out for Williams. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Marcus May with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 11-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. You're under 30 seconds to go. Field position not great. Time to call it a half, wouldn't you say?
Well, you know we all have that little extra gene that says let's push the envelope a little bit, right? What needs to be going through the play caller's mind right now, a potential fumbled snap that can get returned, a strip sack that can get returned, right? Any of those types of plays, that should be a deterrent to calling something that could get you in big trouble.
So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. The Dolphins in front, and they'll be in possession of the football first as the second half gets started. Short kick. It's taken to the 23. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35.
At their own 37-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Let's go, D. Check, 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 check. Check, check, check.
Easy.
Switch. He's crashing.
61. Matchbox, light. Hey, go going.
Zoom, fellas, let's go. 57 to Mike. 57 to Mike. Drop D.
Hey, check Mike 57. Mike 57.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack.
That's the second sack of the game, and the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. Boy, that's a 5-yard loss. 4th down now. Here's Matt Hawk now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. That's fielded at the 8-yard line. They'll call that a 61-yard punt. He got all of that one. And the Jets offense will be backed up to start this drive as they've got it 1st and 10. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
From up near the 40 now after the big play to start, here's another 1st and 10. The first down run with Bell as he'll get about 6 there. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Hey, come on out here. Come get some.
Ready?
They'll go again with Bell. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. They got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more. Back to throw, Lawrence. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. They have the first down with that gain of 4 yards.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 49-yard line.
Go, go. Shift.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he'll be taken down at the 33, a pickup of about 4.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Go.
Bravo.
1-7. Check Mike 54. Mike 54.
Know your job. Mike's 54. Mike's 54.
2nd and 6. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
On 3rd down, Lawrence. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets first down.
Here we go. 18 Gator. Look, squeeze. 6-6. Go.
Now a first down carry by Bell. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Hey.
Mike 55.
Let's go.
To throw on 2nd down, Lawrence under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31.
That's what I'm talking
Well, nothing takes a start to have a good drive quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. They'll wind up with 17 on that one, but they're still a bit short here for 4th. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. Hopkins' kick is good. And the lead is down to 1 now at 14-13. A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle, right? No big plays given up, no balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
You like
Come
that
on.
one?
What does that mean, break out? Just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that, but I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Yellow.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. They'll keep it on the ground. Dobbins, he finds an opening past the 40. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. A great effort there. With his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that will ensure that it will take a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie it. This fielded at the 2. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done. This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown.
Yes, yes.
Stay at home, stay at home.
Shoot.
Looking to throw. Lawrence. Going to throw right side here. Complete. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. A big play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. As they now sit just a 2-point conversion away from tying this game up in the 4th quarter.
Hey, foxtrot, foxtrot. Ready?
From the gun, Lawrence. Under pressure now, he's going to go down.
Come on, baby.
Sack back around the 8. And a failure to convert and tie the game. Now the pressure shifts back to the defense.
But I think it was the right play. I think it was the right call to try and tie the game there. Kick an extra point, you're still down 1. What's the sense? I like what they did.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
A throw left side to start out. That's complete. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
All right.
Why is
Why is one red? What kind?
Throwing again on 2nd down. Mahomes. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Mike Gesicki, and it's 3rd and 4. Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week, he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to play through. You know, he's one of those tough guys that wants to answer the bell each and every play for his team. That might be throwing off his accuracy.
From the gun on 3rd down, Mahomes. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Avery Williamson in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Here's Matt Hawk now as he's on to punt for Miami. This is brought in at the 21. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
You said what?
Ready, set.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession.
No,
218, chop it.
Richard, I know.
They'll start out on the ground with Bell. That's a gain of 4 as we slip inside of 4 minutes left in regulation.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
61, matchbox, lights. Look at me. Door, now.
Again, it's Bell.
Come on,
He'll
baby,
get it out
don't
to
shoot.
midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Go. Switch it. Gone. Out. Hit it.
They'll run on first down. Bell. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Xavier Howard up to make the tackle.
And that's one reason you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Man. Rush in.
Alert 3.
Now.
Mark 55. You can't block me. Kill.
They'll run it with Bell. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8. 2 minutes remain, and that's our score differential as well. 2 points here in the 4th quarter.
Come on, baby. Let's go.
So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive.
Hard.
Hey, alert 3.
Get it.
On first down, it's Bell looking for a seam but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ball game.
Hey, exit.
We're pretty quiet, D. We're pretty quiet. Check 55 to Mike. Check 55.
Yep.
No chance.
Go.
Back to throw. Into the hands of his receiver, Anderson. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Jet first down. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch.
Check 3. Check 52.
Look at me. Zipper.
They'll run on first down. Bell. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
Hey.
Y'all cut it out.
Hey, they just like...
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Hey, echo.
He's back to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. 8th play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down.
Hey, Alpha. 55. 80 weapon.
Back to throw.
Oh, no!
Picked up inside the 5. And a big turnover there as his
I should have
guys
just
get the
ran.
football
Y'all Oh, God.
Well, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game. Go to the press conference, meet it head on, and show your teammates you're ready to shoulder what happened today, and you'll be ready for the next game.
And if he can do that as a rookie, that's a great sign of maturity. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. They'll keep it on the ground. Dobbins. And he was very fortunate there to get out of his end zone. He maybe got back to the 2-yard line. After that run, still a good amount of meat on the bone here for this 3rd down play. Can you envision them putting this in the air?
Totally. I mean, look at who he has under center right now. If you can't trust him with the football, you can't trust anyone. And frankly, to me, I want the ball down the stretch. Get the 1st down, keep it in the hands of my offense. I don't want to turn it over to them and rely on my D.
Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down.
43, 15.
And they're going to take it all the way down and just take the delay. They were already backed up. Now they're backed up further.
I think they were being so careful to make sure all assignments were covered that they ended up running themselves out of time.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
On 3rd down, Dobbins. And they will get to him at the 7 and stop him short of the 1st down marker. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. $34 yards on the return. But for a moment, looked like he had a shot to go all the way. And this offense set up nicely with what looks to be a 1st and goal right around the 10-yard line. And the question now, how do they want to work the clock here on 1st and goal? A field goal would give them the late lead. Now Bell. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
So this helps to start a drive. After the penalty, it'll be 1st and 5.
Recon, 132 fighter.
Kill.
You're out.
Kill. Turn up. Shift. Watch the shift. Check 50. Check.
Ready.
After the penalty, it's Bell. It'll be a gain of 5 there as they move closer. It's 2nd and goal.
At this stage, you've got to hustle, got to get back to the line of scrimmage because you're saving that timeout to make sure you have a chance to get your kicker out there for the big shot.
Come on, set. 18 Gator. We own it. Big Griffin.
On 2nd down, McFarland. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage. Back to the 4-yard line. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
It's a loss of 4. Brings up 3rd and goal.
And we are set for a great finish as that timeout comes in with 2 seconds to go in this football game. So now it all comes down to Dustin Hopkins. 2 seconds on the clock. This for the win. And it is good. He splits the uprights on the chip shot. And the city will be alive tonight. The Jets have won it. Well, a little drama there at the end, but really this thing was already decided. The late points get scored, and then it ends on the kickoff.
And I'm right there with you, partner. At the end of the game, they knew what they had to do. Just make sure you don't cough up the football at the end. Just take care of it, and victory was theirs, and that's exactly what they did.
So for the Jets, they move back over 500 at 7-6. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Houston Texans. Meanwhile, for the Dolphins, they suffer their 4th loss.